Hi, I'm Kevin Mathews, and I'm here to talk about interest rate buydowns. With interest rates kind of on the high side, we are seeing more home purchase transactions using a temporary rate buydown. Buydown is a payment arrangement where a buyer or borrower makes a reduced payment for the first year to 3 years of the loan. In this example, the purchase price is $500,000, down payment is $25,000, leaving a loan amount of $475,000. Interest rate of 7%. I am not quoting interest rates. This is just for an example. The loan term is 30 years. And the type of buydown is called a 2-1 buydown. There's lots of different types, but this is probably the easiest to explain. And the buydown funder is the seller. So the seller is going to pay for this buydown because it all costs. It's not free. So the way it works is year one, the note rate, this is the actual interest rate that is on the mortgage note, this is the rate the lender is receiving, is 7%. The discount, buydown discount is 2%, leaving a buydown rate of 5%. What that means is that for the first year, the buyer is going to make a monthly payment of $2549.90, which is this loan amount at 5%. That's what this payment would be. If there was no buydown, the buyer would make a payment of $3160.19, which is based on a 7% rate. That difference between the buydown payment and the true note rate payment is $610.29, which times 12 monthly payments is $7323.48. Is 7%, still 7%, but the buydown discount is 1%. The buydown rate is then 6%. The buydown payment is $2847.86, which is a payment savings of $312.33 versus the $3160.19 payment. That times 12 months is $3747.96. Okay. So the total payment savings for the buyer is $11,071.44. The seller's cost to pay for this buydown is $11,071.44. So essentially, the seller is subsidizing the payments for the first 2 years. There's no magic, or this isn't a deal from the lender. The lender's still receiving the same amount that they would have without the buydown. But for the buyer, it can make sense because they're paying less monthly. And that helps out if they've got other bills to pay and maybe kids in daycare and they're going to get out of daycare next year, or they have other debts that are going to be paid off within the first 2 years. That can save them some money. But this may not be the best option because in this case, in order to purchase the home, the buyer would have had to pay $25,000 for the down payment, plus they're still going to have closing costs, which could easily be $11,000. That's a total of $36,000 out of their savings. So what if instead of the seller paying for the buydown of $11,000, the seller paid for the buyer's closing cost of $11,000? Now the buyer has to bring in just the $25,000 for the down payment. And the buyer now has additional $11,000 in the bank that they can use towards the monthly payment, the higher monthly payment. If interest rates decrease during the first year of the loan, then the buyer or borrower will probably refinance and lower the rate anyway. I hope you understand what I'm getting at. This isn't free. There's no true benefit to doing this. It's the same amount of dollars that they would expend anyway. Let me know if this is informative. If you have more questions, hit me up, and thanks for watching.